What's up guys, Jake with Team Tactical. Coming to another special video. Today, we are doing something special. Today, we are looking at the Infinity Target. This was a target that was sent out to us by Infinite Defense. Thank you very much guys. We really appreciate it. If you guys been around with the channel for a while, you know that we kind of go through a lot of paper targets, and we've always got our steel targets out here as well. The paper targets especially are kind of a hassle. As you can see here, my corrugated targets are pretty much blown to not really much left to it, no matter how much I try to salvage them. Kind of at a point where I've gone through a lot of paper targets in the whole YouTube thing. I'm going to probably go through a whole lot more in the future. I really needed something that was going to be a lot less hassle for me to put up every time I needed to shoot or zero or do something. So the Infinity Target was pretty much a no-brainer. Big thank you to Infinite Defense for sending out the Infinity Target. They actually were kind enough just to send out to us for us to keep and use. So today we're going to actually go over all the specs and features of this Generation 2. Yes, we have the Gen 2 version out here. So we'll go over some of the things that set this one aside from the previous generation. And we'll also test a couple different calibers for it as well. Let's just see how she does. Look at this baby. Look at. Oh my goodness. But guys, if you're like me, you're always browsing the internet looking for stuff, and you may have your information out there without you realizing it. Hackers can use that personal information to steal your social media accounts, your bank accounts, everything. Steal your identity if they want to. Now I'm thankful because I don't have to worry about that, because I started using this video sponsor, and that is Aura. I really like Aura because it's got stuff like a VPN, antivirus software, identity theft protection, fraud monitoring, and even password management. Aura even found my personal information on the dark web. That's a bad thing. Now, if you're like me, you're budget minded and you want to get the best bang for your buck, now you can actually get all this stuff, all the features, for just $12 a month. But don't just take my word for it. Go to r.com/tantactical. Use a link down in the description for a free 14-day trial. That's r.com/tantactical. You agree? Try it out for yourself and see how she does. Look at that baby. She's going to sleep. She can rest easy with Aura. It is a completely rubber target, like a self-healing rubber. The thing about the second generation versus the first generation is it's got all these lines etched into it, and they indicate the different zones for like your D zone, your C zone, and A zone. I do like that they have these etched in and they're not just painted on, because you can spray paint it and they'll still be there. Starting off with a little bit of 22 Hush Hush. My favorite part about this is you can actually be really close to it, and because it's rubber, you don't have to worry about like any kind of like deflection or anything like that. No ricochets. So I can just literally be here like you and me talking. I don't have to worry about any kind of like deflection. I just have to worry about my rounds working. It's pretty cool. Now, as you shoot the target, you'll see just like here, it kind of flakes off the paint. All you gotta do is actually re-spray paint it, and it should stick to it and be reusable immediately. Like so. They say that every square inch of this can take about 110 shots. And from what I gather, it's weatherproof and waterproof, sunproof, all that stuff. 704 Tactical actually did a review on this, and he left his outside for like over a year, and it was still fine from what I could tell. So for me, with what I do with YouTube and everything like that, and it was kind of a no-brainer for me to go ahead and get this. So these are the holes by the 22. We're gonna shoot 9mm of the PSA Micro Dagger. If you look over there, you can see it looks quite nice. Headshot. Sometimes the hole blew out some of the rubberized paint that was on there from the beginning. Whereas if I hit on a previously hit spot that I had just painted now, granted the paint's still wet, you'll see it just kind of leaves a smaller hole appearance. It's not a different hole size, obviously, but I'm just saying it didn't pull the paint with it. Maybe when that paint dries, it'll actually make a larger hole like this. Next up, we're going to shoot the Kalashnikov KP9. Also a 9mm. We're actually doing this just to really zero this red dot that's on here. I haven't actually zeroed it yet. Then we might do a little bit of mag dumping too with our standard capacity magazines. Now next up, we're getting ready to shoot the Lord's caliber 45 ACP out of the PSA Admiral. But before we actually do that, I want to give you a quick couple of things you need to know about the Infinity Target. So mine came with those 2 clamps that you can use to basically attach to any kind of horizontal pole. They also give you a stencil here with their logo in case you want to respray paint the ID on there. You also get this cool little postcard looking thing, but it's got some useful information. I said earlier, it can take up to 110 rounds per square inch, highly visible shot markings, no ricochet, safe for close quarter use, as you saw. It's 100% US sourced recycled rubber. It's weatherproof. And also they give you a little decal there they can stick somewhere as well. On the back side, there's even more important information. Some warnings, if you will. Do not shoot with any hollow points, explosives, incendiaries, wads, flat nose rounds, or slugs. Infinity Target is actually rated for up to 50 BMG. I know like 1-ounce slugs can be a little bit bigger as far as the width goes than a 50 BMG, if you've ever compared the two. Now, my understanding with the flat nose and hollow points is that, well, especially with the hollow points, it'll actually, when it goes into the target, it'll like cup it and kind of like take a big chunk out of the, out of the rubber, right where that cup of the end of the hollow point hits. It's going to bite into it and take a piece out. Not that you can't use those. I mean, it's not going to ricochet on you if you use a hollow point or a flat nose or a slug for that matter. It's just that you're going to greatly diminish the lifespan of the Infinity Target. Pretty basic and pretty straightforward. I mean, it's recycled rubber, guys, but it's genius. Like they really thought this through. I wish I thought of that. It's like $1 million idea. Now then, enough with padding the video length here. Let's see how 45 ACP does. God, I forgot the recoil power on this. All right, so as you can see there, we just put 5 or 6 shots through it. Teeny tiny little holes though. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with the Infinity Target. So far, it's saved so much time when you're having to go and paste paper targets and all that crap. I think this target would be a good choice for most people. It's not going to be good for all applications. Obviously, you don't want to use it for your hollow points or even slugs for that matter. But I think for most stuff, for most target practice, your target practice ammo should be fine. It comes in at the price point of $99, and I know some people are going to think to themselves, well, gee, you know, that's kind of a lot of money for a single target. But the thing is, you can keep reusing it infinitely, and you can leave it outside and it'll be fine. I get those paper targets that you've seen in my past videos. I go through like 3 or 4 of them sometimes in a video, and it adds up. The only situation I can really think where an Infinity Target may not be a better choice for you is if you maybe shoot only once every like 3 or 6 months or something like that. Now usually when you go and buy paper targets, if you want to get the ones that I use, you know, like the splatter feature, you're usually paying a couple bucks per target. So for me, in my case, where I do all the YouTube reviews and stuff, I think it's an obvious choice for me. I think for most people, including you, if you're watching this, if you're thinking about getting this Infinity Target, it's going to probably be a good choice for you. I like it. And I think that if you choose to get one of these, you will like it too. Guys, that's going to wrap today. Remember, if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to like, subscribe. Comment down below. What do you think about the Infinity Target we got now? I'd love to hear from you. We will see you next time. The only case I can think of where it may not be a good choice for you is if you only shoot like FedEx.